Now at 9, more rain hits the 4 states tomorrow after Thursday's flooding in Joplin. Plus, Pittsburgh's American Legion hosts a free Thanksgiving dinner for veterans this Saturday.
A viral clip of Democratic lawmakers instructing the military to defy unlawful orders, drawing the attention of the White House. I'm Connor Hansen in New York. I'll have the details coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, more rain moves into the 4 states tomorrow morning following a day of heavy rains and flash flooding issues. This is KOAM News. I'm Tanya Bach. Now, heavy rain Thursday afternoon flooded Murphy Boulevard through Landreth Park, forcing the city to close a portion of the road for several hours. Floodwater covered the roadway near the park's east entrance before receding by mid-afternoon. With more rain expected Friday morning, Joplin officials remind drivers to watch for potential flooding in low-lying areas across the 4 states. And now to those rain chances. Meteorologist Austin Stantz joins us with a first look at weather.
Yeah, thank you. If we can bring up Max 2, that's what we need to be on right now. If we have that up and available, we can actually see on the radar what's going on out there right now. Let me go ahead and check. I think there might be some engineering issues here in the back, but if we can bring up Max 2, I think that's where we're having some issues right now. Let's see, can we get that loaded in there? And looks like we are having some issues there it is. Hey, we got it up there now. So we're actually being sandwiched in here right now between a warm front here and a stationary front to our north. So this stationary front, essentially what that is like playing tug of war with 2 people on the same side, same strength, not really going to move anywhere. But this is going to continue further north. But until this low pressure and this warm front takes over that, we're just going to see this consistent rainfall at least through the next several hours. So coming up, I'm going to time out that rainfall, how long it's going to last, and when you can expect things to clear up.
All right, thanks, Austin. Well, authorities released the name of the suspect from Sunday's officer-involved shooting in McDonald County, Missouri. He is 32-year-old Dylan Martinez, who was on parole from the state of Arkansas. He is a suspect in an arson investigation in Bentonville. Martinez's criminal history includes charges for rape, robbery, residential burglary, theft, kidnapping, and possession of a controlled substance. Investigators say Martinez also had a prior hostile relationship with a person in the area of the shooting. McDonald County authorities say off-duty reserve deputy Mike Hall encountered Martinez on Hall's property in Powell, Missouri on Sunday, as Hall investigated what appeared to be an abandoned car in his driveway. That car turned out to be stolen. Investigators say after Deputy Hall identified himself, Martinez produced a handgun and fired at Hall, striking him in the thigh. Hall returned fire, striking Martinez. Martinez was transported to a regional hospital for treatment. Hall was treated at a hospital and later released. You can find more details on this story on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. American Legion Post 64 in Pittsburgh is preparing to feed local veterans and first responders this weekend. KOAM's Mitch Adams brings us more details.
Let's follow Veterans Day with Thanksgiving and see where it goes. And the support, community support, has been outstanding.
Giving back to the community has been an important mission for Pittsburgh's American Legion Post 64. This Saturday, November 22nd, the Legion will be hosting a Thanksgiving dinner for veterans, first responders, and their families.
I mean, we have 4 turkeys, 2 hams, 2 butt roasts, right? All these people are cooking, bringing in these food, the side dishes, so that we can provide that food to our veterans and law enforcement and firefighters. So it's an exciting time.
Even though the Post has had some issues in the past few years, they would like to get back to their main prerogative, supporting our nation's heroes.
We've done some remodeling to the Post, all by donation, which is outstanding, because even during our struggles, the membership, all 3 organizations, the 394 Post, the 394 Auxiliary, and the Sons of the Legion, all rallied together. And then through donation of labor and donation of money, we were able to start our remodel. So it was very exciting.
The Post says that hopefully by hosting the dinner, more people from the area will realize the services, entertainment, and support that the Legion provides.
We had a great turnout for Veterans Day. We're hoping for a better turnout for this Thanksgiving holiday season to start our season off right.
Reporting in Pittsburgh, Kansas, Mitch Adams, KOAM News.
Post 64 shares a home with Post 394, one of only 2 posts in the entire country with all women as members. Thanksgiving dinner is open to veterans, first responders, and their families starting at 5 p.m. this Saturday. The Children's Miracle Network Miracle Market returned this week to Freeman West, bringing holiday shopping and community impact under one roof. The 2-day event features about 20 unique vendors, from local boutiques and handmade crafters to woodwork created by Joplin firefighter, even fresh cinnamon rolls. Organizers say they carefully select each vendor to make sure shoppers get a wide variety of gifts and goods.
So this event is important because it allows Children's Miracle Network to give this money back to families in our community. We help with travel assistance, we help with equipment, prescriptions. If you have a baby in the NICU, we help to get you back and forth. If you're sent for specialty care outside of the area, we provide travel assistance for that.
The Miracle Market goes on until tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. Well, coming up, air rage hits record highs as 6 million prepare to fly this Thanksgiving.
Think the friendly skies aren't so friendly these days? So does the Transportation Department. I'm Rebecca Castor with more on a new campaign to bring politeness back to traveling.
But up first, managing stress now could protect your brain from Alzheimer's later.
A few showers to start our Friday. Don't miss it.
Well, it's probably safe to assume that most people don't like feeling stressed out. The results of a new research are shedding light on why it might be beneficial to take a breather. This as scientists explore how stress could be a contributing factor to Alzheimer's disease. Fox News' Kevin Uretsky reports.
With the busy holiday season approaching, many people may be feeling panic instead of joy. And while the CDC warns how long-term stress can increase the risk for high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, and more, new research from Pennsylvania State University is revealing how stress could be a contributing factor to Alzheimer's disease and dementia.
I think this is a sort of a good motivator to try to keep the stress in your life under control.
Doctors say the exact causes of Alzheimer's and dementia remain unknown, but experts indicate reduced blood flow is a main characteristic found in the brains of affected people.
Blood flow is very important for supplying nutrients and oxygen to the brain. And as you get older, the amount of blood flowing to your brain goes down. And this flow is controlled by the neurons in the brain.
While studying the brain activity of mice, Professor Patrick Drew and his team discovered how a rare neuron appeared to help regulate blood flow in the animals' brains. But when those mice were placed under mentally stressful conditions, researchers found those neurons were damaged and could easily die.
These neurons are perhaps more sensitive. They can be damaged as you age and due to stress. And that would change how the neural activity is and how the blood flow regulation in the brain happens. And so that could cause problems.
And while Professor Drew says more research is still needed, similarities between human and mice brains, including their basic organization in some neuron types, may offer more clues in the future. Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
Austin is next with a complete look at your forecast, and later Ottawa County's biggest youth fundraiser draws hundreds to Miami.
By the Center for the Arts.
Well, it sure has been a wet Friday out there, and there are some reasons for that. Let's talk about that right now. We'll take a look at the Skywatch storm tracker right now. What we're seeing is plenty of rainfall. Now, what you'll notice, though, this rainfall here sandwiched in between the stationary front and this warm front, really not moving anywhere. And so we're just seeing some consistent rainfall across much of the region. Now, below that warm front, what we have here is what we call a triple point. We have our low pressure here, our cold front, and our warm front. Between there, we have all the ingredients we need to continue to fuel these showers and thunderstorms off to the south. And what that does is really, we're not looking at anything strong or severe, but just consistent rainfall. Those are the types of ingredients we have in the atmosphere right now. What we're looking for to happen here is this warm front to move further north and kind of take over this stationary front, because right now we have the cold and the warm air kind of fighting over each other and just staying stalemate right where they are. So once we get that warmer air further further north, then we'll start to see some changes begin to roll in. But for right now, taking a closer look, Columbus, Joplin, Pittsburgh, seeing some light rain right now. Off to the southwest, we see Miami starting to see some heavier rainfall there as well. Grove starting to see some heavier rain. If you're off to the southeast, Cassville, Monette, we're also seeing some lighter conditions there, but some more rain is on the way as we head throughout the evening. But take a look at this. Over just the last 24 hours, we've seen in Joplin nearly 6 inches of rainfall. Pittsburgh at 4 inches there. So some heavy rain over the last 24 hours for sure. Downtown Joplin, it is wet out there. Taking a look at our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex camera. Yeah, it's going to be a wet Friday night. It's going to continue to be that way. A little soggy. 61 as we head into the overnight hours, but because of that cloud cover and this blanket of rainfall, temperatures are really going to stay right where they are. Now, as we head throughout tonight into tomorrow, we're going to see this low and this warm front continue to move further north. Those rain and showers really start to make their way throughout the area by tomorrow by 10 a.m. Most of that rain is out of the area. 64 degrees Joplin, 66 Rogers, Nevada, sitting at 62 there. Now, as this cold front passes, though, we're going to see some cooler temperatures, but our high tomorrow right around 70 degrees. But once that cold front passes, we'll start to see those winds shift out of the northwest, bringing in some cooler air by Friday night, 10 o'clock, we're down to 55 degrees there. Your weekend forecast, 60 degrees for your Saturday. Some showers return on Sunday, but not till Sunday evening. So most of your Sunday is going to look pretty good out there. We do have another system on the way, though, as we head into Monday that could bring another chance of rain. And then some cooler air behind that as we see our dip here in our upper flow, going to bring in some of that Arctic air. And we're going to see some cooler temperatures as we head into the holiday. Take a look. We're 68 Friday, Saturday 60, Sunday right around 66. But as we head to the holiday, take a look at that, Tanya. 45 degrees. It's going to be a chilly one out there.
A good day to stay inside and watch football.
That's perfect. Yeah, eat some warm food.
Yeah, we used to do like a family football game outside, but now we just want to sit inside and watch.
Yeah, I'm about that age now too, so.
All right, thanks, Austin. Well, community members gathered in Miami, Oklahoma tonight to raise $100,000 for more than 1,200 local kids. The 6th annual Kids Giving Gala for the Boys and Girls Club of Ottawa County brought together businesses and families for the fundraising event. A fully catered dinner was provided for those who attended, and club alumni and youth served at the event. The funds raised helped the Boys and Girls Club serve children across Ottawa County throughout the year.
Every new community that we go into as a Boys and Girls Club has been welcoming, accommodating, and encouraging us to be there. And that's really nice. It speaks volumes about the quality of the neighborhoods in the community, and it also speaks about the need for programs like ours in those communities.
If you're interested in donating to the Ottawa County Boys and Girls Club, you can reach out through their Facebook page. Well, coming up next, Parsons Homeless Shelter is at risk of closing due to lack of funding.
In Parsons, the American Advocacy Initiative is working to help preserve a struggling homeless shelter. I'm Kenny Foreman, and I'll have more on that coming up.
Nominate.
A homeless shelter in Parsons, Kansas is in danger of permanently closing. KOAM's Kenny Foreman finds out what one outreach group is doing to help prevent this.
I would be willing to bet that if Safe Haven closes its doors, that would be upwards towards 1,000 people losing access to something that could have saved them.
In the city of Parsons, homelessness is an ongoing issue. Just ask the American Advocacy Initiative, who regularly listens to people's concerns.
I think a lot of people in Parsons have noticed that there is a homelessness issue. It's one of the biggest complaints that we get day to day is that there are a lot of homeless people. Why isn't there a homeless shelter? Most people don't know that there is one.
These concerns were further elevated when the Safe Haven Outreach Mission reached out to the initiative in need of help. After helping those in need for the past 16 years, they are now at risk of closing down due to a lack of funding.
Fortunately, we have been able to keep the doors open so far. We're the newbies on the board, so we're taking a lot of guidance from those who have been there, and they've been so helpful at teaching us what we can do to help.
Despite the shelter's current financial struggles, the initiative is confident in its ability to bring in more volunteers, which would make it easier for the shelter to continue to operate.
I don't see a major issue with the drive for fighting for Safe Haven to go down. As of right now, we really need funding and we really need volunteers, and we're actively working on a plan, and I'm confident that we can make that happen.
In Parsons, Kenny Foreman, KOAM News.
The American Advocacy Initiative holds its public meetings the third Thursday of every month at the Parsons Public Library. Anyone interested in volunteering at Safe Haven can reach out to the initiative or the shelter itself. Well, today, KOAM kicked off our season of giving with Feed the Four States, a day-long telethon supporting local food pantries. From noon to 6, four-staters called in and donated more than $5,000. Donations that will have double the buying power at shelters like the Wesley House and Crosslines. KOAM's Blake Goley spoke with Travis Hurley from Watered Gardens to learn more about the impact of those donations on our community.
Here with Travis from Watered Gardens. How important is this cause for you?
Blake, it's so important to us at Watered Gardens Ministries. We really believe that civil society can rise up in times of crisis, and as folks have had experiencing some food insecurity as a result of the government shutdown for a season, our Mission Market food pantry grocery store has been hit extra hard.
So you can go to our website, koamnewsnow.com, and continue to donate. We will take those donations and it will help our community. We've been doing this for over 20 years and we want to continue to give back to the four states.
You can also scan a QR code, I don't see that code right now, on your screen to make a donation. Just go to our website, koamnewsnow.com, and you can donate anytime. Coming up next, the Quapaw Nation brings authentic Indigenous voices to Joplin's Post Art Library.
Hey guys,
A celebration of Native American heritage brought dozens of people together in Joplin tonight. The Joplin Public Library's Post Art Library hosted Culture in Color, Native American heritage through art this evening. The free event featured how Indigenous representation continues to evolve in American culture, art, and commerce. Ogopaw Communications and the Quapaw Nation presented the program, highlighting the importance of authentic Native American voices in today's cultural landscape.
We really hope that our exhibit this year really shines a light on how Natives are represented in the media throughout the decades. Our main piece really highlights how they were depicted in advertisements throughout the years, some as local as Mima, Oklahoma.
The exhibit hopes to have rotating artwork that changes periodically. It'll be on display through mid-January. 30 more minutes of news, weather, and sports coming your way. President Trump responds to a viral video telling troops to refuse orders. And airline passenger incidents surge 400% since 2019.
The Big Bang Theory, tonight at 10:30.
Keep it frosty. You're watching the Four States Most Watched News.
This is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. A video from Democratic lawmakers who are also U.S. veterans is making some waves online after they called on members of the military to defy unlawful orders from the White House. It also caught the attention and the ire of President Trump. Fox News correspondent Connor Hansen reports.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders. This is the clip circulating on social media featuring 6 Democrats who served in the military or intelligence community. The lawmakers say the Trump administration is pitting the military against American citizens. President Trump took to Truth Social to condemn the video, writing, quote, "Their words cannot be allowed to stand. Seditious behavior from traitors. Lock them up." The president then added seditious behavior punishable by death.
He is throwing a match into a country filled with political extreme gasoline. It is dangerous. It is devastating.
Democrats have been critical of the use of the National Guard and U.S. troops in American cities like Los Angeles and Washington, D.C. They're also concerned about recent deadly strikes on alleged drug boats and the military buildup in the South Caribbean.
Donald Trump has made a series of very disturbing comments and suggestions that would violate U.S. law and put our military in terrible positions. I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait until that happens to remind our troops of their obligation, because then it'll be too late.
The White House is pushing back.
We do things by the books, and to suggest and encourage
that active duty service members defy the chain of command is a very dangerous thing for sitting members of Congress to do.
Levitt says the president does not want anyone to be executed. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.
The delayed September employment report found stronger than expected job growth. There were 119,000 new jobs created, more than double the 50,000 expected. The unemployment rate rose to 4.4%. There won't be a separate October employment report release because there was not sufficient data collected during the government shutdown. It will be part of the November report on December 16th after the Fed's December 9th and 10th meeting. However, the Fed does have other sources on the job market. Well, some of the busiest travel days of the year are upon us, and as the old saying goes, it's time to pack your patience. So many travelers, however, don't, leading to viral meltdowns and a miserable time for the rest of us. Fox News correspondent Rebecca Kastner has more on the Transportation Department's new campaign to bring civility back to the travel experience.
From brawls at baggage claim to unruly passengers, you can't do this. The skies have gotten a lot less friendly over the years. And the data proves it, with a 400% increase in in-flight outbursts since 2019 and over 13,000 passenger incidents since 2021.
I think part of it is we're all being crammed together. You combine that with stressed passengers, delays, cancellations, and it's a recipe for disaster.
A recipe Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy is hoping to change by launching a new civility campaign titled "The Golden Age of Travel Starts With You."
Help people out, be in a good mood, dress up, bring civility back to travel. And I think everyone's experience is going to be that much better.
Travelers see the need.
I think it's become more acceptable for people to just be mean, and other people just feel like they're supposed to be able to say what they want, do what they want, when they want, and everybody else is supposed to take it.
We just could all be a little bit nicer to each other and think about being a little less frustrated.
But some travel experts say passengers aren't the only ones who need an etiquette lesson.
I don't want to let the airlines off the hook for this completely. They have some responsibility here too to passengers, and we're moving away from sort of this European model of compensating passengers for delays and cancellations and things like that. And so, I think everyone has a part to play in making the skies friendlier.
And Thanksgiving week will be a major test, with AAA predicting more than 6 million people to fly over the holiday. At Reagan National Airport, Rebecca Kastner, Fox News.
Austin is next with a complete look at your forecast, and later, doing good.
True recovery requires community. This week on Doing Good, we'll go inside the rock and see how they're accomplishing that goal. I'm Ty Parks, and I'll have that story coming up.
The holiday season with no payment. Culture and Spiva Center for the Arts.
Our Friday has been soggy, to say the least. As we take a look at the Skywatch storm tracker right now, noticing we have plenty of showers out there, and unfortunately, these showers have no motivation to move right now as they're sandwiched right between the stationary front and this warm front right here. So what we can expect over the next several hours is some consistent rainfall, maybe not that heavy, but still at least a brief drizzle out there that'll last throughout the next 2 to 3 hours. Now, taking a closer look, Miami, Veneta, Grove, Joplin, all seeing some of that rainfall right now. Neosho, Mount Vernon, again, all just seeing some consistent rain. Now, on the back end of this, as we start to see, this will start to move out. I'd say within the next 2 to 3 hours, things will become a little bit more scattered, but for right now, we have to deal with some of this consistent rainfall. Now, taking a look over the last 24 hours and how much rainfall we've seen. Well, nearing 6 inches here in Joplin, 4 inches in Pittsburgh. Plenty of rainfall has fallen, and while we do need the rain, unfortunately with a drought, that ground gets very hard and it just puddles there. It doesn't absorb it well, so we're seeing a lot of puddling out there tonight, especially on the roadways. So make sure if you're on the road, it's slick out there. Be careful. 62 degrees currently in Joplin right now. See that dew point up at 61 and that humidity at 96. So it's actually still fairly mild if you step outside. It's just kind of soggy out there at the moment. The winds are calm. Taking a look at downtown Joplin with our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. Again, you can see that glisten off the roadway due to all that rainfall that has happened within the last 24 hours. But as we plan your evening, due to the cloud cover, that's going to blanket the area. Temperatures aren't going to fall too much this evening. 61 degrees, a few showers, maybe a rumble of thunder or two, but really we're just dealing with some pesky showers this evening. It's going to be a mild night out there tonight. Now, what we can expect over the next several hours. So here's that stationary front and that warm front here. That's going to move eastward here. As that does, this warm front's going to overtake that stationary front, and we're actually going to see some movement of the rainfall. Things are going to begin to move east. You'll notice now those winds starting to come out of the northwest. So while tomorrow by 2 o'clock we're expecting temperatures, Joplin 68 degrees, Veneta 70 degrees. We reach that high around 2, 3 o'clock. As we head into the 4, 5, 6 o'clock hour, maybe a passing brief shower or two, but we also notice those temperatures on the way down. You also notice off to the northwest there, those temperatures also starting to fall in the 40s off to the northwest. We'll see temperatures at 58 by the time we reach 6:30 tomorrow. Joplin down to 55 by 10 o'clock tomorrow evening. Now, taking a look at your weekend forecast, 60 degrees for Saturday. We're going to see some sunshine out there. As we head into Sunday, a little bit warmer, 65 degrees. The winds return out of the south, but we could see a few showers return with that also, but not until Sunday evening. So most of the evening is going to look great out there. Above average temperatures still for this time of year, mostly sunny for Saturday. So if you're making weekend plans, Saturday definitely going to be the day to do that. Another system is on the way though. We have Monday going to see some more rainfall there, and then we have some cooler temperatures. You'll notice a dip in the upper flow here. That could bring in some cooler air, especially as we get closer to the holiday. Let's check out that 7 and 10 day forecast. Friday we're going with 68 degrees. Saturday and Sunday look fairly good. Rain chances return on Monday, but as we head into the holiday, we're talking about temperatures in the 40s.
Yeah, it's definitely going to cool down. We've had a nice touch of fall. We're ready for winter to return.
Yeah, I'm ready to fill out this suit with some pumpkin pie.
Ooh. Who's not ready for that? All right, thanks, Austin. Well, still ahead, it is playoff time for the Pitt State Gorillas as they open the postseason on Saturday. We'll preview their matchup next. Plus, the Colgan Panthers have found their next softball coach, a familiar face in the 4 states region. Sports Director Ryan Blank has those stories and more up next in sports.
We'll have the details coming
9 Eastern.
It's playoff time for Pitt State volleyball as they kicked off the MIAA tournament earlier today in St. Joe with the 7-seeded Gorillas battling the 2-seed Missouri Western. Pitt State entering the tournament with wins in 2 of their last 3 matches. After trailing early in the first set, the Gorillas would battle back and Malia Johnson would help PSU win the set with this kill. But here come the Griffins. It's the all-MIAA first-teamer Emma Salker's spike finding Harwood as Missouri Western ties the match. And they weren't done there. Noelle Sutcliffe gets in on the action with a kill of her own as the Griffins take a 2-1 set lead. Gorillas with their backs against the wall, they force a winner-take-all 5th set. Johnson with another kill. And in the 5th set, it's the senior Danya Cozy putting the nail in the coffin with this spike. Pitt State comes from behind and advances with a thrilling 5-set win over Missouri Western. The Pitt State Basketball Classic kicking off with Missouri Southern battling Oklahoma Baptist. Second half, Bison leading. Jackson Green adds to it with this layup through contact. Then he would follow it up on the next possession with an and-one bucket. And Green would start a big Baptist run there. Later in the half, his deflection finds Joshua Uduma, who goes the other way and finishes with the Euro step, capping off a 14-0 run. Lions would try to battle back. It's Jaden Taylor on the run. He'll fight through some contact for the bucket here. He had 28 points, but the Bison take down MSSU 94-82, the final. The hosting Gorillas also in action, taking on Maryville. First half, PSU trailing, but not for long. Connor Rogers drives baseline, kicking it out to David Coben Jr., who buries the triple, starting a run. A few minutes later, off the inbounds, it's Mason English finding Elijah Curry, who slams it home, and the Gorillas are in full control. Still in the first half, the Pittsburgh native English now doing it himself, driving to the lane, kissing it off the glass with a bucket. He had a team-high 19 points. Pitt State dominates on their home court, 93-66 the final over Maryville. Last week, major softball coaching news sent shockwaves throughout southeast Kansas as the Colgan Panthers hired their new softball coach, a familiar face in the 4 states region. After 18 years as a Frontenac head coach, Cassie Rooms is taking over the Panthers softball program. Talking with Rooms on Thursday, she emphasized her family being the catalyst in her decision with ties to the Panthers, including her sister Abby, who's the longtime coach for the Colgan girls basketball team. Another piece to Rooms' decision is her niece Reese, who will be joining the Panthers softball program in less than 2 years. And after coaching her travel team in recent years, Rooms said she would never compete against Reese, and now she gets another opportunity to be her coach.
I've always said I would never coach against her, and so the time, she's a year and a half away from being in high school, and so it was either, give up coaching altogether so I could go and watch her play, for those 4 years. I'm excited for an opportunity to get to coach, Reese again and go be a part of something that my family's a part of. My kids go to school there. My sister's been the basketball coach there, I think, for 15 years. My dad graduated from there. My husband graduated from there. So, we have some roots there, and, there were, like I said, a lot of things that factored in, but the ultimate thing was my family.
During her time with the Raiders, Rooms won over 300 games and 5 state championships. Looking back on her tenure, the Frontenac grad says that the personal legacy doesn't matter to her. What's important is the relationships she's formed with her players.
I think people forget that part about it. It's great, the new opportunity and the great things that are ahead of me, but I also spent a lot of my life in Frontenac, and the community support is top-notch, and like I said, I got to coach a lot of kids. I coached over 400 games there, so a lot of my life it has been in Frontenac, and I'm so grateful. I want the legacy of Frontenac softball just to be where kids know that they were loved and they were cared for, and just something that's a positive impact for them in their life. It's not about a legacy, it's just about those relationships with the kids and them having a positive memory about Frontenac softball.
The Pitt State Gorillas are coming off a big win over Northwest Missouri State to claim a share of the MIAA championship. But that's now in the rearview mirror as it's playoff time for the Gorillas, who open postseason play this week against Chadron State. A key this week for the Gorillas is in the trenches. The Eagles' offense is averaging over 180 yards rushing per game this year, and the emphasis for the Pitt State defense is to limit the ground game. Head coach Tom Anthony says he expects a physical matchup on Saturday.
See an offense that plays physical, they play nasty, they want to run the football, and you see a defense that presents a lot of issues for you as an offense, just with all the different stuff they do up front and in the box and the different pictures they can give you. No team left at this point doesn't deserve to be where they're at. I mean, they're a very well coached team. They have a ton of talent. They do well in all 3 phases: offense, defense, special teams. One thing that jumped out to me when I started watching them on Sunday was just how hard they play. It's a very physical team, and I mean, they have a lot of talent at a lot of different spots.
After starting the season 0-2, the Gorillas have been in playoff mode and believe their early season adversity will only help them this postseason. And after finishing the regular season with 9 straight wins, Pitt State secured another opportunity to play at Carney Smith Stadium, adding to the team's excitement for this week.
I think it's a huge testament to how our team came together and that brotherhood came together, and we decided to just flip the script and make it our season and just keep working hard every day, and don't take every day for granted. Just keep working hard, and we'll just take it week by week.
That was the hard part going into kind of senior week. It was just kind of getting your guys to embrace the potential that might be the last time they all get to play together, at home. So for us to be able to have a first round home game, very thankful, for our seniors that they do get to play at least one more game at home. Thankful for this 2025 football team that we get to go down that gorilla walk at least one more time together. Hopefully we enjoy that and embrace that. And then always good, anytime we can play in front of what I feel like are the best fans in the country, it's a lot of fun to know that we get to do that.
The Gorillas and Eagles clash on Saturday in the Jungle. Kickoff at 1 p.m. from Pittsburgh. That's it for sports. We're back with more after the break.
In this week's Doing Good segment, people who've survived addiction are now dedicating their lives to helping others beat it. As KOAM's Ty Parks reports, the Recovery Outreach Community Center on South Main proves that sometimes the best help comes from those who understand the struggle.
On South Main near 15th Street is The Rock, Recovery Outreach Community Center. This is a place for people suffering from addiction who can get peer-driven help.
We are a very affected area in Joplin. There are people struggling all over. But here in our community, we have been adversely affected by the opioid crisis, as well as all the meth and other weird drugs that they have nowadays. People are really looking for place to get help.
Being a peer-driven support system, the people who help are people who have walked in the same shoes.
Somebody coming in looking for help with somebody that they would relate to. So one of our peers would sit down with them, see if they have a goal in mind that they want to obtain.
The goals that peer specialists help them with could be help them get clean, apply for a job.
Involved in our services here, everything's free, so people can just come and go and enjoy, whether it's meetings, peer support. We have cooking class, we have craft social, so we have a lot of things to be able to interact so people can build a community and have a safe place to go to.
Somebody reached out to me in my darkest hour, and I paid that person back by doing this, but it also helps me and reminds me every single day where I can be, where I fit in.
In Joplin, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
Because The Rock is a peer-driven system, there are no clinical services available at the facility. Up next, country music's biggest night crowns Lainey Wilson Entertainer of the Year. Music City was the place to be for country music Wednesday night at this year's CMA Awards. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with a recap.
Country music's biggest night has brought us to Nashville, so we can bring you highlights from the 59th annual CMA Awards.
Ever since I was a little girl, country music has been a huge part of my world. It was more than a genre. It's a way of life.
Host Lainey Wilson ran the show, the third woman to host solo following Dolly and Reba. She kicked things off singing with fellow stars including Miranda Lambert, Little Big Town Shaboozey, and Keith Urban. Wilson performed later on as part of the packed lineup. Among others rocking out with country fans were Chris Stapleton and Stapleton with Miranda Lambert, Megan Maroney, Shaboozey and Stephen Wilson Jr., Ella Langley, and Riley Green. Kenny Chesney performed a medley. Old Dominion sang some biggest hits too.
Willie, if you're out there listening, 92 years old, you're still inspiring us to this day.
Vince Gill was the Willie Nelson Lifetime Achievement Award honoree with a tribute featuring Brandi Carlile and George Strait.
Brooks and Dunn!
Brooks and Dunn earned their 16th Vocal Duo of the Year award. The Red Clay Strays won Vocal Group. Single and Song of the Year went to Ella Langley and Riley Green for You Look Like You Love Me. Zach Top earned New Artist of the Year. Male Vocalist of the Year was Cody Johnson. And what a whirlwind for our host Lainey. She took Album of the Year, her fourth Female Vocalist of the Year, and the top title of Entertainer of the Year.
Thank you to the fans. They just keep on making my dreams come true every single day.
Hats off to all the winners of this year's CMA Awards. In Nashville, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
And that's our time for tonight. Thank you for joining us. We're going to leave you with video of elephants indulging in tasty pumpkin treats ahead of the Thanksgiving at the Milwaukee County Zoo. Have a great night and an even better tomorrow.